So, in Korean architecture, you've got these two words that sound practically the same, Geonchukga and Geonchuksa. But here's the thing. One is basically an artist, and the other is a legally certified expert. Mixing them up isn't just a simple language slip-up. It can be a really, really costly mistake. So, let's break it all down.
Okay, picture this. You're finally ready to build that dream home you've always wanted. You've got the land, the vision is crystal clear in your head. Now for the big question. Who do you call to actually make it happen? Do you look for a Geonchukga or a Geonchuksa? And that's exactly the question we're going to get to the bottom of right now.
You know, it might sound like we're just splitting hairs over words, but trust me, in the world of construction, this choice is absolutely everything. Picking the wrong type of professional isn't a small oopsie. It can have massive legal and financial ripple effects on your entire project. Getting this first step right, well, that's the foundation for everything that follows.
All right, first up, let's tackle the broader, more general term of the two, Geonchukga. This is the one you've probably heard thrown around more casually.
So what is a Geonchukga? Well, the best way to think about it is like an artist, but their canvas is buildings. It's a really wide umbrella term that can cover just about anyone who's deep into architectural design, theory, or aesthetics. A professor, a forward-thinking designer, even an interior planner. Yep, they could all be called a Geonchukga. But here's the absolute key. This title doesn't require any kind of official state license.
Now let's pivot to the other term, Geonchuksa. And you're about to see how this is a much more specific, legally protected, and seriously defined role.
A Geonchuksa is so much more than just a designer. They are a state-certified expert. This isn't just some title you can give yourself. Oh no, this is a title you earn. It comes with the legal power to sign off on plans, and more importantly, the legal responsibility for a building's safety and its compliance with every single regulation.
And believe me, earning this title is a serious grind. Just look at this journey. It kicks off with a demanding 5-year university degree. Then, you have to clock in at least 3 years of real-world, practical experience. And even after all that, you still have to pass an incredibly tough national exam. This title isn't just a label, it's proof of years of hard work and dedication.
Okay, so we've got the two terms. Let's put them side by side and really drill down on the one thing that truly separates them.
This table lays it all out perfectly. Look at the Geonchukga column. Under qualification, it says no license required. Now glance over to the Geonchuk side, national license is mandatory. And you can see how that one difference changes everything else below it, especially legal power and responsibility. One is all about concepts, the other is about being legally on the hook. And that's the whole ballgame right there.
So here's the simplest way to lock this in your brain. Every single licensed Geonchuksa is by definition also a Geonchukga. They're all in the business of architecture, right? But not every Geonchukga has gone through the ringer to earn that Geonchuksa license. It's just like how every surgeon is a doctor, but not every doctor is a surgeon. Simple as that.
You know, the source material had this fantastic analogy that just nails it. Think about it. Anyone who can play an instrument can be called a musician. It's a broad term for anyone creative in that field. But a certified master, a myongin, now that is a title of official state recognition, of proven top-tier expertise. That is the exact same dynamic between Geonchukga and Geonchuksa.
Okay, theory's done. Let's get practical. Back to our dream house. You're ready to build, so who is the person you absolutely need to hire? See, by law, there are some really critical jobs that only a licensed Geonchuksa can do. They're the only ones who can submit designs that are legally binding, who can manage the construction site to make sure it's built to spec, and, this is a big one, who can represent you and handle all the complicated permits and approvals with the government.
This image says it all, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got a pile of drawings. They're just ideas on paper. But then the licensed Geonchuksa puts their official signature and seal on it, and bam! It's not just an idea anymore. It's a legal document with real power. That single act is what turns a dream into something that can actually be built. And the law does not mess around with this. You can't just start calling yourself a Geonchuksa because you're good at design. That title is legally protected, and using it without the license is a crime. And that protection exists for a very good reason, to keep the public safe and to ensure there's real professional accountability.
So, let's wrap this up. Here's the bottom line. While you might brainstorm with a lot of creative Geonchukga to come up with amazing ideas, the one person you absolutely must have to sign the documents, lead the project, and take legal responsibility is the Geonchuksa.
They are the non-negotiable key to a safe, legal, and successful build.
In the end, it's pretty clear that great architecture needs both, right? You need that big, creative vision of the Geonchukga and the grounded, expert execution of the Geonchuksa. It really makes you wonder, what's the true foundation of a building that lasts for generations? Is it the creative dream, or is it the legal and structural responsibility that makes sure it actually stands strong? Something to think about.